Good afternoon. My name is Amy McDavid, and I am going to be talking about pyromania. Pyromania is typically when the client gets the urge to start fires. They get a sense of a euphoric feeling, arousal if you want, tense. They become tense, anxious, and when starting these fires. What causes them? What causes the clients to want to start fires is, it could be the chemicals in the brain that affects the emotions or behaviors. It's an emotional trigger, for some patients. Could be hereditary, could be genetic, could be mental disorders, stressors, what's going on in the client's life, what's causing the client to want to start fires or cause these fires. Symptoms, starting fires intentionally. Obviously, the client's getting excited, getting very hyper, about what they're fixing to do. Like I said, feeling euphoric when they're burning objects. This doesn't necessarily mean they're burning houses. It could be things, could be small little stick. It just starts wherever. They don't feel remorse. They do not care. Some might, but usually they, study shows that they don't feel any remorse for anything that was lost in a fire. It could be personal belongings or something that was given to them. They do not have any remorse for it. History and cases. According to text, pyromania was used in 1833 by Mark and was became about a 19th century term for the monomania, which is described a type of insanity characterized by impulsive acts devoid of motive. A famous case that you've probably heard, I'm not sure, is Paul Kenneth Keller. He was an arsonist and a murderer. He winded up setting fire to over 107 different types of fires before he was convicted. He actually killed 3 elderly civilians because he set fire to a retirement community, and he was convicted in 1993. So he's been in prison since. He's currently still incarcerated and will be incarcerated for the rest of his life. Importance of treatment. It is very important that the client gets treatment, especially because they could be harmed to others or themselves. Especially with family, because the client usually doesn't have remorse. The client could hurt a family member, just like Kenneth Keller, who set fire to an elderly folks' home. He killed 3 people and showed no remorse. It could be, especially setting fire to personal things on fire, and the client could, like I said, have no remorse. The client could hurt their environment by setting things on fire, such as wood areas and animals' homes, destroying property. It just, the list goes on and on. Pyromania leads to arson. Arson is legal. It's legal in all 50 states, and can be punishable to the full extent. And if the client gets caught, therefore they are responsible, and therefore they will go to jail for it. Pyromania hurts everyone and everything around them in their weight. Clients that have pyromania don't have any remorse for things. Like I said, they do not have any remorse. Some may, but majority of them that I've heard about do not. And that they destroy or hurt that can cost other people. Not just the client themselves, but family members, friends, etc. The list goes on and on. The agency I chose and why. I chose Beach House Find Freedom. The Beach House Treatment Center in Juno Beach, Florida. They don't provide these services right now, but I I'd love to open up a ward for clients to be able to, especially with impulsive control disorders, to be open a ward for them that they could feel, because I'm sure, granted, the percentage is low. There's like only, I think, like a 1% of cases, but I'm sure, there is, other impulsive control disorders that that way clients can get treatment, can get the help they need and the services they need. The reason why I chose this agency is because they are insurance funded. A lot of treatment centers do not offer that, especially nice ones, especially ones that can provide a lot more services than others. This one provides a bunch. Granted, it doesn't have the ward that I'd like to open, but I mean, it could. And they take a variety of different carriers, Blue Cross Blue Shield. I believe I saw a couple other insurance providers. Cigna, I think, was one of them as well. Their security is advanced for the client's protection. I mean, like I said, clients that like to set fires, they need protection. They need to be monitored closely. And privacy level for the clients as well. I feel that that's just as important as anything. And looking at the program, the building itself and where this is located, I feel like this would be, really good treatment center. The privacy level, I just talked about that. Environment there seems friendly as well. When you open up the website, look at reviews and things, like I noticed that it seemed like a friendly environment for the client, and that's what the client needs, especially when getting treatment. Treatment resources. I would treat a patient with Pyromania with cognitive behavioral therapy. I would, depending on how severe the client was, I would have a one-on-one session with them. In the beginning, if I felt like they were not a threat to themselves or others, then I would progress into a group therapy session if that would work out for the client more better. Definitely would be doing journal logs. Definitely would be doing homework. I would suggest, I wouldn't prescribe it, but I would suggest it. I definitely want to develop a rapport with the client, because that is very crucial in the beginning. You want to establish a relationship with your client. You want them to feel comfortable with letting them be themselves around you, so you can work to assess this. The resources that I would provide is to be able for the client to reach out to family. Family is a very, very crucial part in therapy, especially when, for the client, you want to be able to establish relationships, because when they go home, you want them to feel comfortable. You want them to, keep doing what they're doing with therapy sessions, keep working and goal setting and all that. I'd also provide the family to be able to help the client's treatment. The client, when they leave the facility, they're gonna need the resources. They're gonna need to be able to go home, have a comfortable living situation where they can feel free to do what they would like and continue treatment. Oh, here's my references. And that's the end of my slide. Thank you. And